Easy, guys. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, so I've got to get back to my book. Made some crazy additions today, which I'm proud of. Just speaking to my beautiful guapa, my girlfriend. She is amazing. I'm very lucky. I'm a very lucky guy, guys. But I'm here tonight, to just show you all again that the NBA is a coded satanic ritual. Day in, day out. It's not about the talent of the players. Literally nothing to do with it. All the way back to when it was founded and the first game was on 6-6-46. One of the reasons why I was like, LeBron's not going off 4-6 in NBA Finals. That guy's done, and he is. Won't be shocked if he retires as well in the near future. But again, we know these celebrities, they retire and come out of retirement just like Brady. This game was all about JFK and Brady. My role is to just show you that, and it was. Game 7 was on JFK's 106th birthday. He was born in Boston. All right? Heat just killed Boston. Killed them. Miami have the connections with Brady, so did Boston. Boston is where the New England Patriots play, where Brady won 6 rings. And then he won his final ring with Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And obviously Miami's in Florida, where Tampa Bay is. So when I saw the Heat, personally, for me, when I saw the Heat were leading by 7 after the first quarter, I thought, man, they've won. Wow. And I looked at the odds and they were even money. I was like, have they just shown us there? Again, when I used to bet, I'd bet in play. I'd see what we're playing out. And then I saw the timeout. Miami won 27 points. Brady won his last Super Bowl on 2-7 in Florida. All right. I was like, oh my goodness, it is about Brady. There was Brady numbers for both. There always is. And you've got to pay attention to what I say over the whole year. Because I say things and then people have me look into other things and say, oh no, maybe you're wrong about that. I've said for, again, 90% of the season or longer that LA Lakers and Boston Celtics will stay on 17 championships each, 17-17. Revelation 17-17, for God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And that's what's happening right now. It's why people like me are finding God, because his words are being fulfilled. And why? Because we're seeing all the Satanism in the world. All right? We're starting to question our reality a little bit more. And that's Revelation 17-17. Soon as it went 3-1, this series, everyone messaging me, Boston are going to come back. Boston are going to come back. Again, if you watch my live streams, I was like, they're not. It's going to go 1-5-1-0. I just say things, 36 prime, 666, the 36 try. That's where I do my best work. And I get hundreds of people bombarding me. No, it's Celtics. It's Celtics. It's typical of the NBA that the Celtics are 3-0 down. They come back and destroy the Heat 3 times in a row. And then they're big favorites at home to lose and get destroyed. Not even just get beat, get destroyed. And it's like the last game, the Heat were up by a point. And then they had Boston win it in the last second to take it to 3-3, just for them to go to Game 7 in Boston in front of their fans to get humiliated. And I said to drag this series out because the NBA Finals begin on 6-1. They were never going to let Miami win 4-0, and they weren't going to embarrass Boston that much. Notice Vegas just got to the Stanley Cup Finals 4-2, and they lost Game 6 4-2. The beast reigns for 42 months, guys. I can give you all of these numbers. Most people on my website who messaged me took Miami Heat spread. I don't think anyone took them money line. Take them spread or alternate spread. Boston were minus 300. The code for Miami, you would have been absolutely nuts to have gone in on Celtics when they were getting destroyed. It made no sense if you read my codes properly, which most people don't, which is what's unfortunate about what I do. Most people can't comprehend my brain. They don't see what I see. So I did an in-play code saying Heat were up 7 after the first quarter. The whole code was about 7 or so much of it. That was a great sign for them. Boston's down 17 championships, the 7th prime. But I've got to remember, I have to baby people, which frustrates me because the whole point of me being a teacher is not to take the exam for my students. I don't want to have to say, Miami up by 7, Brady won his last Super Bowl in Florida to get his 7th chip. I don't want to have to do that. But I feel like maybe I have to. Yeah, modern day Freemasonry was established in 1717 in London, England. One of the reasons why the NFL goes to London now and plays. Okay, they go to Wembley, don't they? Or Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's all connected. It's the reason why it's called football. Just like football in England. Is my beautiful Guapa still there? Mia's here. Mia is here, guys. Student of mine. Much love to you, Mia. She calls me Adamito. Little Adam. Can you decode the next Formula One race? Absolutely. I think you have my number, Mia. I'm not sure, but I'll do it for you. There was a crash today, by the way, in NASCAR involving cars number 9 and 11. You can't make this up, guys. I'll put it on my website. It was lap 186. There was a crash between 9 and 11. 9/11 was exactly 18 years and 6 months before coronavirus got declared a global pandemic, guys. There's a crash today in NASCAR between cars number 9, number 11 on lap 186. Game 7 of the NBA Finals is on 18.6, which I've been saying for ages. I will not be shocked if it goes to Game 7. It might not. I'll be shocked if they do 4-2 again. They've done it the last 3 NBA Finals since Kobe died. I'm not sure why they'd do it again. I figured out they would do that because 42 times 3 is 126. The beast reigns for 1,260 days, 42 months. Kobe died on 126, the 42nd year of his life. That made sense. This one, it don't make much sense to me for that to become 16-8. I don't know anything with 16-8 other than it gets you 24, which has been huge. So, Vegas' second Stanley Cup final appearance since their 2017 expansion season after the Vegas shooting. Yeah, it was connected to the Vegas shooting. Good stuff, Agent D. I know you do really good work. 9 people were shot in Florida just a couple of hours before the game. Do you know what I mean? Brady, who played 23 seasons in the league, the 9th prime, he made his NFL debut on 23-9. Right after 9/11, and he won the Super Bowl right after with the Patriots, right after the Patriots Act was signed. I'm at a point, it's like, what more at this point can I show you? Miami Heat finished on 103 points. Again. Game 6, they had 103 points. I put it in my code. Brady, his debut, guys, his team lost. Check what score it was. Check the score. 10-3. 103. He's just retired at the end of the 103rd NFL season. Heat have just won Game 7, scoring 103 points. In Game 6, they scored 103 points. 103 is the 27th prime. Brady won his last Super Bowl in Tampa on 2-7. Miami took a timeout leading, and they had 27 points. 27 connects to 333. I predicted Brady's retirement date 18 months before it happened. I said he's going to retire February the 1st, 2023, right after he goes out. Why? Because he's 7-3 in Super Bowls. 73 is the 21st prime. He became 7-3 in Super Bowls, which I coded before the season began. In the 21st year, the 21st century, he retires on 2-1. He's heavily connected to Queen Elizabeth. She was married for 73 years. She got married at age 21. And he did. He retired 2-1. First day of Black History Month. Pure mockery. Pure mockery. All the attention was on him. So all the 103s. He retired with 333 days left in the year. After playing 333 regular season games, he made $333 million during his career. And he won his last Super Bowl in 2-7. 3 times 3 times 3 equals 27. Yeah, it is Memorial Day. That's why at one point the score was 11-11. Remembrance Day is honored on November the 11th. 11-11, guys. So I'll go through the numbers. I had Jimmy Butler, player prop. It came in. That was my favorite. He was the highest scoring player. Again, what's Jimmy Butler's number, Agent D? Miguapa? What's Jimmy Butler's jersey number? Joseph's in the house, one of the best coders there is. Subscribe to him, please, guys. Again, if you care about this truth during these end times, because it is. That's why I'm like, everyone was like, why do you think Celtics and Lakers are going to stay on 17? I think we're approaching the end of professional sports within a decade. All right? Within a decade. So what's Jimmy Butler's jersey number? 666 equals 103. I didn't know that. Nice. Jimmy Butler's jersey number, anybody? It's 22, yeah? It's 22. The upcoming anniversary of 9/11 is the 22-year anniversary of 9/11. Brady originally retired after 22 seasons, came out of retirement 40 days after, mocking Jesus, who fasted 40 days and 40 nights. Miami were leading after the first quarter, 22. Yes, guys, 22-15. Jimmy Butler's Miami, number 22, were leading with 22 points after the first quarter by 7. Brady originally retired after 22 seasons with 7 rings. 22 divided by 7 is 3.14, which is pi. 314 is the 73rd day of the year. He retired 7-3 in Super Bowls. Yes, the 199th pick went to 10 Super Bowls, guys. And the average fan doesn't question it. They just think it's Brady's incredible mentality, or he's being protected by amazing defenses. The comebacks that he's done, just not questioned, because people are just wrapped up in the bread and circus of it, the show. You're being programmed to believe that a 43-year-old could still win a Super Bowl as the starting quarterback. 43, what was the end of that series? My pleasure, Joseph. 4-3. 4-3. And guys, on my website, if I do phenomenal codes for both teams, it makes sense to take the spread for the underdog, does it not? But again, do I have to baby people? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't want to have to do it. I've got enough on my plate. So listen to this Miami code. Of it, Boston had a remarkable code. They've had a remarkable code every single game in this series. The Lakers always had remarkable codes. They do. When you have these players, guys like Tatum and LeBron, you always have these world-class codes when it's the most dominant franchises in the history of the NBA. There's obviously a lot of numerical connections to those franchises. So Heat are going to play the Nuggets now. I'm not going to go through my Heat code. I posted Heat NBA Finals code about 10 days ago, just for people to look into them. I was like, nobody's talking about the Heat. Here you go if you want them. And they're in the NBA Finals now. But just, guys, what a joke. Miami Heat have just gone to Boston and beaten them by 19 in Game 7 in Boston. Wow. So I told you about Revelation 17-17 with the Lakers and Boston staying on 17 championships each. 17 plus 17 is 34. The Celtics went out 3-4 in Eastern Conference Finals. Remember, 34-year-old Benzema won the Ballon d'Or. Steph Curry won the NBA Finals last year at age 34. Matt Stafford won Super Bowl 56 at age 34. We had all the 34s because it connected to Revelation 17-17. 34 connects to 9 because it's the 9th Fibonacci number. 9 is the Last single-digit number, because something's about to be completed. Bill Russell, Boston Celtics' greatest ever player. He literally won 11 titles with them. He died on 31-7. And the game was a span of 3 months and 17 days before Jimmy Butler's birthday, who was the star player today. And 317 is the 66 prime number. Boston can fall to 66 in the Eastern Conference final games. They did. 66 is the 11th triangular number. And I told you Bill Russell won 11 NBA rings with Boston. The Church of Satan was founded in 66. The NBA's first ever game was on 6-6. The book of Revelation is the 66th book of the Bible, the final book of the Bible. This game was 66 days before Tom Brady's birthday. I'm just showing you this game. It was about JFK. It was about Revelation. It's about the royal family. It's about everything I've been saying for 2.5 years. Much love, Ricardo Roberts. If you haven't read my Kobe book, you got to purchase it. My Queen Elizabeth book, you got to purchase it. The work that I do, did you not just see my Premier League code? It should be watched by millions, man. Millions of people. It's 200 people have watched it. Why I showed you why Leicester got relegated 7 years after winning the league. We have this game 7. It all syncs up. Why Everton stayed up. How it all connected to the World Cup. Why Man City won the league. Why Haaland got the golden boot. 200 people watch it. Yippee doo, man. Like it's comical. Bill Russell's jersey number 6. Brilliant. I said, look out for Jimmy Butler to perhaps score 25 plus as he has some numbers to do well. He got 28. Highest scoring player. Again, for those gamblers, that was minus 130. Did anyone take it? I don't know. Is it my problem? No, but it was there. Jimmy Butler, I said before the series began, look out for him, number 22, because of 9/11 being the 22-year anniversary coming up. And he's been the best player in the series. Today's the 149th day of the year, and Jimmy Butler was born on 14/9, 14th of September. Jimmy Butler equals 149. 149 is the 35th prime. This is Miami's 35th NBA season, which makes sense why Boston beat them in Game 6 to become 35-35 all-time in Game 6s. Told you Messi won the World Cup at age 35. It lasted 28 days. Jimmy Butler ended. Let me double check. He had 28 points. He might have got more. No, he ended on 28. Of course, he ended up 28. What's 28? It's the 7th triangular number. The highest scoring player in Game 7 got 28 points. The 7th triangular number. Let me check that no Boston player got more. Nope. Jimmy Butler with 28 points, the perfect number, the 7th triangular number, is the best player in Game 7. Chivas lost 3-2 yesterday, and Tigres are champions of Liga. Yeah, I didn't look into that, but 32, Brady retired the 32nd day of the year. 32 raising the Society of Jesus logo. I just did a video about the Premier League season ended on 528, the 32nd triangular number. Big number. Kobe Bryant won 3 NBA finals wearing number 8, 2 NBA finals wearing 24. 8 plus 24 is 32. Today is 32 days before the Boston coach's birthday. Boston equals 32. It's exactly 32 weeks after the NBA season began. Like, who's making this up? Who's doing this? Miami Heat can become 12-6 this season in the NBA playoffs, and Kobe died on 1-2-6, and the Heat lost the 2020 NBA Finals to the Lakers the year he died. The year he and Gianna Bryant died. It was on National Father Daughter Day, guys, when the Lakers beat the Heat 4-2. The year that Kobe and his daughter died. It was with 81 days left in the year, guys, which never happens with the NBA, but it did because of COVID. Kobe 666 game, he got how many points? 81? And literally the Lakers and LeBron win the NBA Finals the year he dies with 81 days left in the year. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. 81, the square root's 9. 9 people died in the helicopter crash. Kobe and Gianna died on 126. 1 plus 2 plus 6 equals 9. Kobe got inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame the 135th day of the year. 1 plus 3 plus 5 is 9. LA wins Super Bowl 56, which began on 9/9, 99 days before the Pope's birthday. And the 2 starting quarterbacks in Super Bowl 56, Matt Stafford and Joe Burrow, both wore number 9. Brady's last Super Bowl, the Chiefs scored 9 points. Mahomes couldn't even throw a touchdown. Brady retires after 23 seasons in the NBA, the 9th prime. It's absolutely outrageous, the lack of following that I have. And how people leave my site. Giving them this immense knowledge and wisdom, and my picks are as good as anybody. And seeing people leave, it's like, it blows my mind, to be honest. Unless people are so financially broke at this juncture that they can't afford $10 for this knowledge, I don't get where the priorities are. I can't wait to release my book because so many of you are going to really understand what this world's all about when you read my Illusion book. 3 years in the making. All right? When you read that, it's not about codes. All right? There's a couple of chapters on that. When you read my book, so much of how this world works, how it operates, the system, why so many people are broken, why so many people are closed-minded, why so many people are turn their back on God, why there's so much evil everywhere. Once you read that book, it's all going to make sense, man. I did fine loads for Game 7. I put the fines that most people in the world can only dream of making. And for as long as this is about who wins money, who wins the game, then you're constantly going to be stuck in Satan's matrix. Constantly. And people are. People are not paying attention to me. The reason people didn't watch that Leicester, Everton, Man City code is because it didn't win them money. Because I was revealing what's happened. The people who truly care for the truth would love that and appreciate what I'm revealing. But they want everything revealing beforehand, every day. So they can watch the games and bet. So I've told you, when I release my book, whether the 10 people buy it, 10,000, it should be, again, it should be millions. But what's it going to be? A couple of hundred people? People buy sticker magazines or newspapers, all sorts of other nonsense they spend the money on, man. Yeah, Jimmy, I know it's not my fault, but I'm getting at a point where I am literally getting to a point where I'm losing my motivation. Even though I'm coming here every day, doing the lives, putting out the codes for you, I feel like there's not much more, man, that I can do. Do you want me to go back to just coding sports and getting 80-85% every month and just doing that for you? Where does that lead us? I could do that. I could code sports all day long and not worry about anything else and get 80-85% every month if I wanted to, with my eyes closed. I'm not willing to give my life to coding sports anymore. So you can all win a little bit of money, which you're going to blow on what? Alcohol, gambling, clothes. What you spending your money on, guys? All of you gambling. What do you spend your money on? So you can bet the day after and the day after that. What's your ultimate goal with betting? Is there a goal? Is there a number that you want to reach? Where you're like, okay, that's what I wanted. I'm done with it now. Or are you going to keep doing it to the point where you lose everything, which is 99% of gamblers? Or are you going to start caring about the truth? Seeing revelations playing out, seeing your eternal life is riding on it. Having that immense, profound gift for wanting to study and learn. You get that knowledge and wisdom through your belief in Christ, guys. It's not just through books or education. It's the truth. It's by striving for the truth and putting that above everything else, man. Most of you just don't have any interest in that because you still love the world. This code's going in one ear, out of the other for most of you. Boston can get their 43rd elimination game loss. Miami Heat equals 43. Heat can win the series 4-3. 43 is the 14th prime. Miami can get their 14th Eastern Conference final road win. Heat equals 34. Celtics can get their 34th season loss and lose the series 3-4. Heat can win game 7 and Brady won his 7th ring in Tampa. I'm not going to go through my Heat code against Nuggets. I'm not going to bother doing that, but it basically syncs up with what's just happened there. And again, I don't know, man. I'll come live. If Heat win it, I'll tell you why they won it. If Nuggets win it, I'll say, here you go. And people won't give a shit. So I don't know, man. I'll get this book done and then just see what I want to do with this. With all of this. I'll get the book done and then get baptized and we'll see what happens. YouTube are a disgrace. I got 1,600 subs in 6 days. They banned me and now I can't get 50 in 4 weeks. Can't get 50 new subs in 4 weeks when I got 1.6 thousand in 6 days prior to my ban, where they banned me for no reason, didn't even justify it, for hate speech. So let's just see. I'm at a point where I'm just like, just look at that. Miami Heat got 27 points in fourth quarter. They finished on 103. 103 is the 27th prime. Are you not seeing that the whole game, the whole season, our whole lives are coded? That it's all biblical? That we've been lied to our whole lives? We've been lied to our whole lives? From the moment we were brought into this earth, we've been lied to and we've lived an illusion. And nearly everyone continues to live it because they're not aware of it. They're in love with themselves, not with God. They're in love with themselves. And then again, we've got ego at the highest level, but at the same time, the highest level of mental illness. Because it's not who we are as spirits. We're not supposed to be these egotistical, self-obsessed beings. Universe means one song. And we're all on a different page. We're all competing. And I know why, because I broke it down in my book, baby. It's all there. It'll be the best thing that I've ever done with this work. All right. I'll stay up till 5 a.m. on it again. If you think this is some sort of cheap plug or I'm just trying to promote myself for money, then again, you don't know who the heck I am. Ain't going to mean anything soon, money. My book is this. I'll break it down for you quickly. 2020, something came over me. My whole worldview changed. I began to write a book because I was an English teacher. I still teach English. I was teaching English today. All right, to Lily, private session, 40-year-old woman, really nice girl. She needs it for a job. Okay, and she enjoys it. And where we live, it's important to speak English. We got put into lockdown, like we were prisoners. And back then, before my awakening, I didn't question it. I was like, all right, cool. I get a bit of time off school. Okay, I get a bit of time to just chill out. Beautiful, I'll take that. I wasn't worried about COVID. Never have been. And I thought, what am I going to do though? I'm always thinking, even before I came across the code, I was always thinking. So I decided to write a book, Stevie baby. And I wanted to write about psychology because I love the mind. I found it intriguing. I study sports psychology. I've done many presentations about it. So I wanted to write a book about psychology. And I looked into it and I got into the power of the mind, the subconscious mind, cognitive dissonance, fear of the unknown, all of that. And I found it really interesting. And then I was like, our whole world is an illusion. It's an illusion. William, you'll have to go back to the beginning to see why Miami won. And if you're not on my website, brother, check it out. It's $10, one of the best $10 you'll ever spend. And it's got my Miami Heat future code on my website. It's pinned. So do me that favor and support me, or you can just go back to the beginning of the stream and you'll see why Miami won. Of course, there was loads of stuff for Boston. There always is. There was more stuff for Boston, but that's not what it's about. It's not always majority with these codes. It's seeing the bigger narrative. That's what it's about more often than not. So I called it The Illusion. I said, I'm going to call my book The Illusion. Then I started going really, 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 really deep. So I'll go through some of the chapters with you and how it came about. I started with the power of the mind. This, guys, was before I was The Illusion. No YouTube channel, no Patreon, no fan base, no awareness of gematria, no appreciation of numbers. Chapter 1, the power of the mind. Chapter 2, the subconscious mind. Chapter 3, what makes us human. Chapter 4, cognitive dissonance. Chapter 5, ontology and existentialism. Chapter 6, has Satan infiltrated the church? I added that later in my book because I didn't believe in Satan or God as I was writing this book. I've added some. Fear of the unknown, I had that. Social identity, I had that. Then I started going into this. Played by the system. I started questioning the system. The battle with our ego. Started looking into the ego. Conspiracy theories, like you always do when you go down the rabbit hole. The New World Order, which you find when you're looking into conspiracy theories. Who controls the world? Who are the so-called elites? The Bilderberg Group, Agenda 21 and 30, population control. It just kept going from one thing to the other. What is money? Do we really need it? And debt. Then the distribution of wealth. The banking system, so how corrupt that was. One world digital currency. I looked into that after looking at the banking system. War. Then I looked into war veterans and how they're mistreated on their return. Oil and military intervention. I looked into that because I was reading articles about war. And one of the main reasons they go to war is due to oil reserves. Media manipulation. I stopped watching TV, didn't I, after writing about it? As soon as I started studying media manipulation, I stopped watching TV. Then recently, I've just put this chapter. I had to rearrange all my chapters to fit this in, and it's one of actually my favorites. Is Satan behind rock and roll? Yep, he is. The internet and social media. Got rid of Facebook. The Sony hack, I looked into that. What was that all about? The Sony hacked. North Korea hacked Sony. Released all this private information. I was like, that doesn't seem legit to me. Are we living in a real-life Truman Show? My favorite movie. And I thought, I was sat one day at the beach by myself, and I looked at the ocean. I felt like Truman. I was going deep into this knowledge. It's like, why are we here? What's the purpose of this? Surely we're not just here to live and die and work and get married and go to university and that's it, and get old and die in an elderly home. Surely that's not it. It's like, why am I here? Why am I in Cabo? Why did I marry this person? Why did I play for that football team? How did I get to Los Angeles? Started asking a million questions. The Matrix, I wrote about that. Predictive programming. Illuminati card game I stumbled across. The dark side of Hollywood and the trans agenda. That's maybe my favorite chapter. Why do Hollywood movies almost always seem to have a happy ending? I'm not going to tell you why, but the book does. Spiritual awakening. I started writing about that because I felt like I was having one. Didn't even know what spiritual awakening was. World Health Organization, pharmaceutical companies, and the healthcare industry. My God, I've ripped that to shreds in this book. Bill Gates and the World Health Organization. Bill Gates and vaccinations. I've realized Bill Gates is working for the devil. It ain't about Bill Gates. It's about spiritual wickedness. Bill Gates is being used. Why did so many CAOs step down in 2019, 2020 before coronavirus was declared a global pandemic, guys? Why were they all stepping down before coronavirus was even heard of? How did they know? Corrupt justice system, federal private prisons, fast food commercials, sponsor deals. Why are all these major sporting events sponsored by junk food? I was like, why? I thought that as a kid. It's like, why? And now I know why. College and the education system. This was when I left the school, or towards when I was thinking about it. I was like, is this indoctrination? I'm actually truly benefiting these kids, or am I creating a nation of workers and not a nation of thinkers? Why are people getting so much debt to go to university to get a piece of paper? Politics and corruption go hand in hand. Taxes, recent economic disasters, Africa exploitation, over-reliance on technology, artificial intelligence. Should we be wary of 5G? Who controls the weather? The heads and tails of sports, symbolism, numerology and the beauty of numbers. This is when I started to find it towards the end of my book. Gematria, chapter 55, guys. Chapter 56, I added this because I did a video about it. Is Revelation being fulfilled in front of our very eyes? The papacy is the beast of Revelation. Chapter 57, the solution to the illusion, because I want you to feel like you have hope, and that hope is in Christ. And you'll see that when you read it. Chapter 58, impactful quotes from people all around the world and myself. So, in the description for this video, you can buy my Kobe book. It's $8.24. Show you we live in a coded reality. Show all your friends we do. My Queen Elizabeth book is $10. It's got about 350 pages. You'll see how our whole world's revolved around the royal family. My World Cup book, Why Argentina Won the World Cup, why I coded over 80% of the games correct, is only $7. I only charge $7 because the World Cup lasted 28 days. The seventh triangular number. The team that won it, Argentina, played in 7 games. Messi got 7 goals in 7 games, won the World Cup 7 days before Christmas, and my amazing auntie died 7 days before the World Cup final. That's why I charge $7. So for all 3 books, you're paying about $25, and still people won't pay the $25 because they'd rather go out for dinner or buy vape or cigarettes or 3 pints and a bag of crisps or takeaway, whatever, man. Anyways, I'm done. I'm going to go back to my book, and then once my book's done, I think this illusion character is going to go. So there you have it. Especially if I do the book and nobody even is interested in it, I won't waste my energy anymore. I'll focus on my journey. So anyways, take care. Much love. I'm off.